Hi guys, welcome to this video where we're going to be looking at the distributive property of radicals. Now, again, if you didn't watch multiplying radicals, please, I would advise you watch that first. But just to remind you, if you have a root of x times b root of y, what is outside the radical is what we call the coefficients. So you multiply the coefficients alone, so this gives you AB, and then what is inside the radical is the radicand. You multiply them alone and leave them in the radical. So look at your answer. Can you simplify it any further? If you can't simplify it any further, then do the work, because the answer has to be in the simplest form, right? So the trick is what is outside multiplies with what is outside. What is inside the radical multiplies with what is inside the root. Okay, so looking at this example, we're going to distribute, like expand this. So we're going to multiply root 6 times 3 plus root 6 times root 8. So root 6 times 3 gives you 3 root 6 plus root 6 times root 8. Now 6 times 8 gives you 48. So 48 root 48, and then this is 3 root 6 plus root 48. Now this 48, can it be simplified any further? Think about two numbers, multiply them, get 48. One being the highest perfect square. So this will be 16, multiply with 3. So 16 times 3 would give you 48. So root 16 times root of 3. So this will be 3 root of 6 plus the root of 16 times the root of 3. And this gives you the root of 16 is 4. So the final answer will be 3 root 6 plus 4 root of 3. This cannot be simplified any further. So that's your answer. Now let's look at this example here. Again, we're going to distribute that. What is outside multiplies with what is outside. What is inside multiplies with what is inside. Don't forget that. So 5 is outside. So 5 times 3 gives you 15 root 10 plus 3 times 4 gives you 12. And what is inside is 10 times 2 giving you 20. 10 cannot be simplified any further. Why? Because think about it. Do you have any two numbers? Multiply them, get 10, one being a perfect square. However, 20, can you think about two numbers? Multiply them, get 20, one being a perfect square. Yes, I can. 4 and 5. So root of 4 times the root of 5. So this is the same as 15 root of 10 plus 12 times the root of 4 times the root of 5. The root of 4 is 2. 2 times 12 gives you 24. So 24 root of 5. And then this is 15 root of 10. So this is your final answer. All right, so let's look at application of this distributive property. So they're telling us to get the area of this rectangle. We know that the area of a rectangle is length times width. So it's going to be 2 root 5x times root 2x plus root 15x. What is outside will multiply with what is outside, and what is inside will multiply with what is inside. So this will be 2, and what is inside is, if you multiply this, you get 10x squared plus, again, 2, and what is inside is 5 times 15 gives you 75, but the square root of x squared is x for sure, yeah? But this 75 can be broken down into 25 times 3. So root of 25 times the root of 3. Again, so let's rewrite this. Taking x outside, the square root of x squared is x. So 2x root 10. So this whole thing simplifies to that. Plus 2x times the root of 3. And what that will give me is, so this simplifies into, the root of 25 is 5. 5 times 2x gives you 10x. So 10x root 3 plus 2x root of 10. Okay, so that's your answer. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.